Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you for watching. In today's video I will be making some very easy Dollar Tree DIYs. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell button so you can get notified every time I upload. With that being said, now let's craft. For my favorite project, I will be using 3 of these beaded frame wall decors that I got from the Dollar Tree. Now, this is faux wood. This is not even real wood. So one of the frames did have a little scratch, and to fix that, I painted over it using a little bit of this buttermilk color with brown because this was way too light, so I added a little bit of brown. The next thing I will be doing is removing the back. Now you can use paint to paint over the words. You can even use a Dollar Tree wallpaper, or what I'm using is some scrapbooking paper that I got from Michael's. It was 25 cents. I will be using one sheet for all 3 squares. I will be using some of the glue stick to glue the scrapbooking paper. Now this little glue stick I'm using is from Dollar Tree, which I definitely do not recommend because it sucks. I let these dry for a couple of minutes before I put them back on the frame. And this is how they look. Now you can add whatever you like to this. My first thing I wanted to do is add the word eat, but I recently did something with the word eat, so I decided to put home sweet home instead, and I did use my Cricut and some of the Dollar Tree vinyl. There's different ways you can use these. You can just hang them on your wall side by side, but what I did is I used 2 of these little hooks that I got from a Walmart pack, and I added one at the bottom of home and one at the bottom of sweet. So I'm gonna hang these one from each other. Now one thing I do recommend you doing is actually measuring where the middle is at so you can add the hook. That's one thing I didn't do. I just eyeballed it and mine came out a little crooked, but I still love how this turned out. For my next project, I will be using one of these little houses. Now, I thought I was going to use the white one because of the Dollar Tree transfer stickers. As you can see, this one has the white background, which I thought it was going to be clear, so that's why I was going to use the white little house. But once I removed the paper from the back, I realized it was actually white, so instead I used the black little house. These little transfer stickers are from the Dollar Tree, which I absolutely love. Look how beautiful this turned out. Now to finish this off, I'm using this piece of greenery to make a small little wreath to add it at the top. To finish it off, I will be making a jute twine bow and adding it to the little wreath. And that is it for this beautiful little house. For my next project, I will be using one of these vases that I recently got from the Dollar Tree. Now I'm going to make this two-tone, so I'm using some of the Dollar Tree painter's tape to add it to the top part, and then I will be painting this using some white chalk paint. This is white chalk paint. It is supposed to be thicker, but because my paintbrush had water in it, it made it thinner, so I did have to give this 2 coats of the paint. I let it dry for a couple of minutes, and then I removed the tape, which I thought my line was going to be even, but it wasn't. So to cover that up, I decided to use a piece of jute twine and some of these Dollar Tree beads, which I added 2 beads on each end of the jute twine. And this is the way I wrapped the jute twine around the vase. As you can see, I left some of that string hanging on both sides, so at the end I was able to make a little bow. Now I wanted this to look more rustic, so I used a piece of senshi to send it out, and then I added some of the Walmart greenery, which, by the way, this vase can be used all year round just by switching the greenery. For my next project, I will be using this Dollar General white wood plank, but I do want to show you that Dollar Tree carries similar things that you can use instead, like this wood plank, which mine cost me $2, but it was already painted and it is bigger, and the one from Dollar Tree is $1.25. Now, the reason I decided to use the one from Dollar General was because it was already painted. The other thing I will be using from Dollar Tree is this little wood laser cutout word that says family to come in a pack. I thought of leaving it the plain natural wood color, but then when I put it towards the wood plank, I felt like it was too light. So then I decided to paint it black, which I think it looks so much better in black. I then glued this to the bottom of the sign using hot glue. The next thing I will be adding is a piece of jute twine that's a lot thinner than the one that came with this. Now the reason I'm using a thinner one is because I'm using some of the little clips, and the clips are small. I added these pieces of leather to each end to make it more sturdy. And that is it for this family sign, which you can add some pictures on the small little clips. For my next project, I'm using this circle summer decor sign from the Dollar Tree. Now, I had a really hard time removing this sticker. I used my blow dryer. I used this little Cricut tool, and I even used a knife, but it was hard. So instead I flipped it around and I tried to remove the paper, which it was the same thing. So I gave up and just left it like that. And to cover all that up, I used this Dollar Tree wallpaper, which I'm going to trace and cut it. I will be adding the piece of paper on the side where I removed the picture. And this is how it looks. Now the next thing I will be doing is adding a little pocket to add some greenery with a home sign, but you can do so many different things with this. At first I thought of doing a decorative tray, but then I ended up doing this instead. Now to make the little planter, I'm using some of the Dollar Tree leather vinyl to make a little pocket. I already did something similar to this in one of my previous videos, which I used the entire bottom of a circle to make a planter, but this time instead of making the entire bottom, I'm just making a small little pocket instead. To glue the little pocket, I'm using some hot glue, but it did fall apart one time. So to make this more sturdy, I added a piece of rope, which the rope I'm using is the one I removed from the sign that I used earlier, the white wood plank. And you can leave it like that, or you can add a word like I am. I'm using the Dollar Tree woodword that says home. I painted it black and then I added it at the top. The best part about this is that you can use this all year round by switching the greenery. Now to finish this off, I added a bow and I added a piece of rope on the back for the hanger. And that is it for this decor sign. And that is it. Let me know down in the comment section which one was your favorite, because I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because it really helps my channel. Until next time, bye.